Welcome to Tell You Later, the show where we guarantee a laugh or your money back.
Thanks to all those who support us on Patreon. By the way, there's always room for more.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to their channel.
We haven't got a title song for this show, so we're singing this thing instead.
Okay.
It's really just a substitute. Nonetheless, the melody may stay in your head.
Oh, I hope so.
'Cause it's a tune.
It's a tune.
You'll love to croon.
You'll love to croon.
But there's one thing you should know. We have to confess we do not possess a title song for this show.
Ain't it peculiar?
Believe it or not, we haven't got a title song for this show.
Oops.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you ready to do the show?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Will Ryan.
You're not Will Ryan.
Well, of course I'm Will Ryan.
What makes you think you're Will Ryan?
Well, he sent me here because he couldn't be here. I'm Will Ryan. Today I'm Will Ryan.
Oh, because he's on assignment, he sent you to be. Hold on a second.
I'm his substitute.
Do you mind if I'm just gonna call him real quick. I don't. Did you send somebody here to be you? You did. Why didn't you tell me? This is a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't quite ready for this. Okay, fine. Substitute host. No problem. That's good. Okay, all right. Go back to work. All right, talk to you later. All right, so long. Bye. Okay, Will. Welcome to another episode of Tell You Later. I'm Katie Leigh.
And I'm Will Ryan.
Right. Together, we're
Will Ryan.
and Katie Leigh.
Or
yes.
Conversely,
Yes, that's
Katie Leigh and
Will Ryan.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And we first of all, we just want to thank our patrons for supporting the show. We really appreciate you. You guys make all this happen, and we really appreciate it. So thank you. Those of you who are considering supporting the show, go to
Tell You Later.
Patreon.com/tellyoulater. Yes, exactly. And we also, for those who are listening on Anchor FM, you can support us on there too. We really appreciate it. And I think we have a PayPal button for those who just want to make a one-time, hey, thanks a lot, good job, give us a tip sort of contribution, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's always room for more.
There's always room for more. That's right. Okay, so, Will.
Yes.
What you got there?
My ukulele, as always.
Yes, oh well, that's a pretty one.
It's exactly the same as always. Yep, totally the same one.
It has like a tattoo on it.
Oh yeah. It decided to get a tattoo over the week.
Is that is it called a special? Well, I know you have many ukuleles.
Yes,
you have
course.
more than one.
This is a concert-size ukulele.
Concert size.
Yep, concert size. It's a little bigger than the soprano, a little smaller than the tenor, baritone, bass, etc.
Yeah. Cool. Well, so maybe you'll play a song.
I could play a song.
Yeah.
I have one. It's about best friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
When I'm a mess, you know just how to make everything alright. You and I were never
glad you like it.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Well, yeah, I think that's appropriate because we've been best friends for a long
A
time.
very long time, and I know exactly how long. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Quite a long time.
Quite a long time. Yep.
Yeah, so I hear you've been working on some special projects and traveling. Anything you want to share?
Nothing I can share at this time.
NDA, NDA
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, I understand that. I totally. Hey, why don't we?
We could do a word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day, yeah.
All
Because
right.
I do so many words of the day. So, this word is hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. It's the fear of long words.
Is it really?
Yep. It seems a little ironic.
Could you say it again slowly?
Hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia.
Whoa. Well, I can just see that. Scroll down on the screen below us because I'm sure the audience is.
But
Did
you're
you
not
make
afraid
that
of it,
up?
right?
No, I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well then you probably don't have hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia then.
Do you know anybody who does?
Not personally, but I would imagine I'd find out quickly the more I say it.
I guess it is a condition. Yeah, for sure. Did you coin this? Or is that a real
No,
word?
absolutely. You can look it up, and it will come up as the fear of long words.
Wow.
Hippopotamonstrosa.
Hippopotamonstrosa.
Squipedalia.
Squipedalia.
Phobia.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not the word of the month. It's not the word of the week. It's not. Wait. I did that wrong. Okay, start over. It's not the word of the year. It's not the word of the month. It's not the word of the week. It's the word of the day. All right. Very good. Well, that's cool. Well, what else you got under your hat there,
Under my hat. Well,
Will?
well, I in case you needed proof, it is Will Ryan. So
Will Ryan official radiogenic cap. That's
yeah,
right.
radiogenic
Capacious cranial covering. Yes, for those of you who are looking for a cap, I believe. I think you have them for sale through your proverbial website or some. We'll make them available somehow. They are
be something
handmade.
you
by does it say who made it in there? I know she has a name.
It just says official Will Ryan
does it
radiogenic capacious cranial covering, but I'm sure if you reach out, we can get that information
Figure out.
for you.
Just write it in the comments below. Send us a note. We'll
Join
figure out.
Patreon and message us.
Yeah. Either way, that would be totally awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have. I wasn't exactly prepared, but I have our little cup of subjects we can talk about.
Yes, of course.
So hang on one second.
I believe
It's right
there.
over here.
Okay.
I believe. Let's see. Okay.
Ah.
Let's see. What amazing topics we have. See? Suggestions.
Suggestions.
Our suggestions.
So they're not requirements, just suggestions.
Suggestions.
Okay.
Let's see
That's
what
good.
it says. I don't even remember. It's been a little while.
Well, I don't remember either.
There's two in here. We should have the crew of one. Crew of one, can you pick one? My cushion fell on the floor, so now you're the right height. Hi, crew of one. Oh, what does it say?
Let's
Do-do-do-do.
Instruments. But
Well, we just...
not string instruments, though, because string is crossed out.
String is
So does that mean it
crossed
has
out.
to be instruments that are not string instruments? So we can talk about
We can
wind
talk about...
instruments,
you know what?
percussion instruments.
Since... Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever?
How do you feel?
What if I bring another string instrument out?
Do you have another string instrument?
Let's find out.
All right. Would
I'm
this
not-
be
actually, I'm gonna
considered an
have
instrument? Do you
The
think?
crew of one might be able to grab.
Would this be considered an instrument?
I believe it is
It's
an
a
instrument.
percussion,
It is
it's a bell,
Absolutely,
right?
yes. But and it
Jingle.
is percussion because it
Right.
does get hit.
What
But
is this?
this is like the ukulele of harps. I believe we were suggested to get a harp at one point and a larger instrument. than
Careful of the mic up there, Will.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So so this
So
is.
you can just is that like a marching band harp?
Well, I would imagine you could.
It looks like you're going to strap it to
can,
yourself
yes.
and march.
See if it fits over the hat.
Whoa.
Yeah, it does. It does fit over the hat.
So, can you play a little John Philip Sousa on there?
Let's see. Not quite it. That was not quite it. Hold on.
No.
So, hold on.
There you go.
Yeah. Apparently I can play a little, but
That
not
would be
that much.
great.
Yeah.
That would be great for a parade.
Yeah,
Wow,
you can totally
that's
play that
cool.
in a parade.
So, is this considered a percussion instrument or a string instrument?
Yes to both, actually, interestingly enough.
Enlighten us, oh Will Ryan.
Yes, I, Will Ryan, the expert on this
Will
harp.
Ryan substitute person.
I'm definitely just Will Ryan, yeah.
Okay.
So the harp is both a string instrument because it is considered a plucked string instrument, similar to a guitar or a ukulele.
Right.
So it is in that category. But in an orchestra, it actually is considered a percussion instrument.
Now, why is that?
Well, it's because it's similar to a piano. Piano does hit the strings.
So is a piano a percussion
It is.
instrument or
That
a
is
string
always. It is always a percussion instrument because it hits the strings.
So and the harp in the orchestra is also considered a percussion instrument.
Yes, though oftentimes the conductor will just reference the harp separately. So, for instance, if they want the harp to play or not during a rehearsal, they'll actually just say harp. You're not necessarily, as a harpist, expected to play when they say percussion or strings.
Whoa! So that's something you gotta have to work out with the
Conductor.
band or conductor, right? That you hey, call me harp,
Yeah, call me harp.
call me harp.
Yep, yeah,
Don't-
or harpist, or
Yeah,
harps.
harps.
You tall, stringy
How many
things.
harps do they have in an orchestra?
Well, many orchestras will have definitely one, but there's only so many pieces written for harp. But then there are also a few pieces written for two harps. So most orchestras will have
Like dueling harps.
yeah. Sometimes there's an actual two separate parts. Sometimes they're supposed to double the same part. And then there is at least one song which is part of the Wagner's Ring Cycle, which, by the way, is where Lord of the Rings was actually written off of Wagner's Ring Cycle. And there is a piece in there that calls for 6 harps.
6 harps?
6 harps.
How do
indeed.
they get 6 harps?
Well, they audition 6 harpists.
Now, how many harps can you play at once?
How many harps? Well, I would imagine 2 harps at once.
You could
easily.
play 2 harps
Well, possibly. I mean, I
at
have
once
2 hands.
easily?
I
You
don't
could do that?
I don't know if easily is the
Have
correct
you
word.
done it?
Have I personally,
Have
Will
you
Ryan?
seen anyone do it?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
So, if it called for 6 harps, theoretically, you could have 3 harpists.
No.
No.
No, because you still need 2 hands to play each harp.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Have you ever seen 2 people play 1 harp?
Yes. Yes,
And
I have.
what's more efficient?
Guess it depends on what you're going for. It's kind of, you know how they have 4-handed piano pieces where 2 people sit at the same piano and play?
Right, yeah.
Theoretically, there are also pieces like that for the harp. I'm not sure if it's more or less efficient, but it is written for it.
Now, if you turn this flat, it looks like an auto harp.
Yes.
And I remember the auto harp from when I was,
Oh, yep, thank you.
when I was in school.
Here we go. See, now it's
I'll
flat.
move your percussion,
it this
your
way.
bell.
There we go. Now it's
Right?
flat. Yep.
Okay, so an auto harp had like,
It's like dampers, right?
Yeah.
They block off certain
Right.
strings in order to make only certain ones play.
so is an auto harp a percussion instrument or a string instrument?
I would say it's plucked string because it's not even in the orchestra.
Because it's not, what, couldn't they have one if they wanted one?
Well, you could have
Wait,
anything, and
is
I've
there
seen
like
a.
certain things that are only allowed in an orchestra?
I would say, as far as regular instruments, like the usual ones that pieces are written for, there are a set of instruments that are usually written for. But even the is it the 1812 overture that has cannons written in it?
Right.
Or even a concerto written for a typewriter.
So if you showed up, if you said, hey, I'm here for orchestra practice and I have my auto harp, would they kick you out?
If they didn't have music written for it, possibly.
Oh, so if you brought your own, you'd have to bring your own music. Like
Yeah, if you were like, here we go.
BYOM. Bring your own music. BYOM. Just if you want to be in the orchestra, like if you're like an orchestra groupie or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference between this? This is a small harp.
Yes, so this
a mini harp.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a smaller harp that was an auto harp, it's still a harp, right?
I believe then it's an auto harp.
But it's not like on automatic pilot. You still have to play it.
Correct, right. But the auto meaning that it automatically blocks off certain strings so you can play the chords.
So,
versus...
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think if somebody wanted to learn how to play the harp, could they start out with the auto harp, or they better just get a harp?
I think it's entirely different instrument and different way to play it. However, if you wanted to play the harp, you could start on a small harp and
There's
then
something
go to
smaller
a larger.
Than that?
Yes, but
a
not
mini,
that I can pull
harp?
out of
a
thin
mini,
air.
An itsy bitsy teeny weeny harp?
Yes, they're called a lap harp.
Lap harp?
Yes. Yep.
Not la farp.
No, not a la farp. Or a la parp.
How about a la farp? Excuse me.
I believe German is Harf. Harfe.
Harf.
Yes, Harf.
Because it only plays harp notes, right? All right. Well, that was very enlightening. Yeah. Is there anything? I'm trying to think.
Are there any other instruments that you have questions on that have always perplexed you?
Well, cymbals.
Cymbals.
Like,
Definitely percussion.
Why do they have to? Like, couldn't they just be on the drum set?
Yes, I mean, they actually, there are cymbals also on the drum set. The cymbals that you see in orchestra are really what came first as far as being in music, because the drum set wasn't invented until
like
later.
Trash can lids, yes.
Yeah, well, and they do also give a different sound. The crash cymbals, there's actually a very specific way to play them. You don't actually hit them directly as much matched up as possible, because then an air pocket happens in between. So you actually hit them a little bit sideways from each other and swipe up.
So they crash. So what happens if there's an air pocket?
It just doesn't have as good of a sound. Air sickness. Yeah. You have to get out your air sickness bag then, which, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. But so you can't put crash cymbals on a drum set.
That's sort of what the ride cymbal is. It's similar to that. It's a similar type of thing, but it really has sort of a different effect and a different overall sound. Usually they're a different size as well.
So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. The guy who plays the cymbals, like, is that a real job, like a full-time job?
Well, most percussionists, you can be the principal percussionist of an orchestra or symphony, and you generally play the timpani most of all.
So, like, you're a head of the percussionist school, you're the principal?
Absolutely. You're the one who gets to assign the other percussion roles to the other percussionists.
Oh, so it's like being first chair percussionist.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Did that first chair violinist boss people around?
Oh, absolutely.
They do.
Well, the concert master, you know.
Who's that?
The concert master is the most first chair violin. It's the most first chair of the entire orchestra.
So they boss everybody around?
Absolutely. They get to walk in while everyone claps and everything, yeah.
Why?
They're the one who stands and everyone tunes.
What's the deal with that?
So that someone can be in charge, and I guess
But
it's
I
also
thought that's
violins.
what the conductor was.
Ah, yes, but then he gets to walk in after everyone is tuned.
To enjoy the full episode, please support us at patreon.com/tellyolater. Thanks a lot.
Oh, so what are we going to play today?
Tell you later.
Thanks for watching. Tell You Later is a Patreon-driven entertainment show. So what are you waiting for? Come on over, join us for so much more at patreon.com/Tell You Later.
yes and no.
Hello. Okay, so it's the end of December. It's time to do our Scrubulator drawing. We just finished an event in Holland, Michigan, and we had to stop at Hobby Lobby because I have to get more Scrubulator yarn. But I'm going to do the drawing. I'm going to put all the names, have everybody's names, all our patrons, on little pink slips. I'm going to dump them in this hat because I don't want you guys to miss out for December. And I'm going to shake it up. I'm not going to look. And I want you guys to know, hey, thank you so much for supporting the show through these last couple months. It's been wonderful. We appreciate all you patrons. Put everybody's name in the hat. I just pulled out one. Let's see who our winner for December is. Drum roll, please. It is. It could be somebody who's won before. I don't know. It's Rebecca Moritsky, our own Harperella, who also happens to be a patron. So, congratulations, Rebecca! Let's see, what do I have here? I have two. Let's see. I have one red one. One red one. Has a little label. And I made a new kind. It's bigger. I'm trying this one. I'm trying different patterns. And when I went to Hobby Lobby, just so you know, for future winners, we're going to have green and yellow. Woo! Congratulations, Rebecca! And we'll see you in 2022.